Howdy y'all, welcome back to Cam Check Productions. Today I want to spend a little time talking about this. This is the Nitecore NU27 and this is a 600 lumen headlamp that Nitecore was kind enough to send to me to test. And I have to say, I just put this thing through a 5-day, 4-night backpacking trip from everything from sunny weather to it getting snowed and rained on, and I really did hammer on this thing. And there are a couple features that I think are really worth checking out. As you can see from this headlamp, there is a really unique design to it. It has kind of the bigger square body. I guess it's a rectangle, excuse me. I do know shapes. It is a rectangular body. And if you look closely right at the lens right here, it almost looks like reflectors. So this uses a new technology that really helps kind of spread the light out, make it a little softer, so it's not that flashlight style beam that goes straight across. But we'll talk a little bit more about that. I just want to kind of go over the features of this with you guys. So one of the things that's really cool about this headlamp is, again, just how light it is. It's 1.26 ounces. So this thing was tossed in the top of my backpack every single day when we were on the move. And then it was on my head from the time sun was setting until basically I'd wake up the next morning. I just would leave it on, or I would drop it into the little bag that comes with it that makes it into a really soft little lantern that you can just hang from the top of your tent. But this thing really does. It's got the ability to lock it. So if you hold down the buttons and you put it in your backpack, it won't allow you to turn on the light until you hold down both buttons again, and then it will actually turn on the light for you. So this thing has 3 different modes for each light that it has. So it's got a super kind of mellow chill light, it's got that medium intensity, it's got the super bright, and then we're back. But the other thing that's super cool about this light is that you have a completely yellow light, you have the white daylight, and you have like around a 4,500 Kelvin. And I have to say, I am becoming a huge fan of especially this, I think it's like 3,000 Kelvin amber light. When you are moving around and there is a lot of texture in the terrain, this thing comes in super duper clutch. It just adds definition. And again, for those of you that overland or off-road a bunch and you know that those amber fog lights or headlights really do help you see kind of the contour of what you're doing. When you're hiking to go check something out in the middle of the night, you can really see all of the different curves. And I find with that daylight, that flat kind of white light, everything just kind of flattens out. It's super bright and it allows you to see off into the distance quite a ways. But once you switch into that amber or that yellow light, you really start to see a lot of definition. And I really, really like that. The other thing that this light does have is it does have a red headlight. I think this is super duper important. I use this all the time. It helps keep your night vision so you can look at stars. And I swear it also helps just to reduce the amount of bugs that come through. This thing is charged with a USB-C. And again, it's nice because if you hit a button right on the front, you should be able to see these little blue dots that come up. They're right down here. And even after using this thing for 4 nights, 5 days, I still have 2 of the forward little dots. So I'm at like 50% power, probably a little below. And that was also with this thing dropping into temperatures of like 25, 26 degrees. So it does not have the ability to switch out batteries like some of my other ones do, but it really is a super duper awesome headlamp. So I'm going to go into the exact specific features for you, but before I do that, please go down, hit the like button. If you're feeling really generous, subscribe. So let's get into exactly what this thing has and why you should look at it and why it's a little bit different. All right, so as I was talking about, the way that this light works is you can see that there are 4 little LEDs right here in the front. And that is their True Vision Plus, which is actually really nice. And then around the light, there are these little, it looks like a tail light reflector is the best way I can describe it. And because of that, instead of getting, again, that pinpoint kind of flashlight, you get more of a beam, but it spreads out nicely and it just gives you a little bit wider field of view. If you run or trail run, especially early in the morning or late in the evenings, and you're looking for a really light headlamp that you can just throw on your head, check this thing out. You know, if you're going multiple days, you know, 10, 12 days, you are going to have to recharge this. And sometimes, you know, we know that lithium ion batteries can fail, and that's why there's other options. But I think that overall, this thing is super duper light and cool. Again, I talked about the different color light modes. That is a really important feature to me. But that comes on a lot of the Nitecore headlamps. And again, you know I'm a big fan. I had somebody ask why I would use this because they were told that the clips are fragile and they can break. Man, I broke my Petzl by dropping it in a rock once. The whole body cracked around where the battery was held in and it couldn't work anymore. I couldn't even tape it back together. So, you know, anything that you really put through the test is going to have some issues. But, you know, again, I think this thing, with the little bag that it comes in that you can hang, makes a nice soft light. It also comes with a little hat clip. So you can just clip this thing right in. And then you can take it and clip it right to your hat. So if you're if you're wearing a hat at night, or maybe you have a hat on that has like a bug netting or something, you can still just clip this thing on, and it stays pretty good. I mean, it will hold on. It does rattle a little bit, mostly probably because this bill is bent and it's pretty light. But you know, it just has a lot of really simple features that make this thing worth checking out. You also have the ability to carry a backup battery and charge it. So I think, you know, Nitecore, they've really done a good job as far as I'm concerned. I like their products. I like how they put things together. I like how they think about trying to make it light and efficient. And again, this thing comes in at a reasonable price. So you've got a decent light that works well, is what I'm considering very versatile, and it's coming in at a fraction of the cost. Let me tell you what that is exactly. So this Nitecore is coming in at $44.99, so $45. And again, I think for what you get out of this and how light and how versatile and the way that that beam just spreads, if you're looking to be able to see a little bit wider, you know, think about your fog lights. That's kind of what I consider this, the fog light of headlamps. So, you know, if you are looking for one, Nitecore, again, they sent me this. I did not purchase it, but I will put an affiliate link. So if you pick one up, it actually helps generate income for Camp Shack Productions and my store. And, you know, Nitecore's happy that I'm selling this stuff as well. And I can tell you that I really did. I put this thing through the ringer. It has my full 100% endorsement and approval. I mean, it performed great. It was super light. All my friends were kind of jealous of it while we were out there. They were checking it out. Like every time I would make it do something else, they'd be like, "Oh, that's really cool." So it's definitely one of those things that's super light, super functional, and it has the wow factor. So y'all, please, if you enjoyed this video, again, go down, hit that like button. If you're feeling super generous, subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you back in the next video. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that trip that we went on, but I want to be able to watch the footage and really narrate it. So go check this out. If you want to pick one up, use my link in the description. All right, see you back in the next one. Be well, my friends. I think it's cool.